I hope that you are doing well. There is no other reason to be any other way besides well. We all go through things. Everything that we go through are things that we're supposed to grow through. So I pray that you are taking time to really acknowledge that your downfalls are happening because there's an arising happening in your life as well. Earlier in this year, I dealt with the death of my sister, and I just felt like it was so unfair. I felt like, what's next? Like, how can we even get past this? And I started to think about how, if I was able to trust God in all my other situations prior to that and trusted his will and his plan, and knowing that, even though it hurts or it's uncomfortable, it still worked out for my good. And more than anything, I thought about my nieces and, how they would make it without their mom. But I started to think about also the times where I lived in this world and I felt so alone because I felt like nobody understood me. My journey was a lot different from everybody else's. Even though my mom is still here, at the time my dad was still alive, I have siblings, but I felt so alone because I was taking a journey that appeared to be foreign to everybody else. And it was also foreign to me. And all I knew is that I had to learn how to navigate through it. So when I think about even like the well-being of my nieces, I also remind myself that ultimately, even though that they were and they are my sister's children, they are number one father is God. Their number one parent, their number one guardianship is God. So the same way that he was able to get me through my times of loneliness and not, being misunderstood and discomfort and confusion, he's going to do the same thing for them. And this is for anyone that's dealing with grief and really trying to process, how do you make it from here? What does this even look like? Especially when you have a tragic that happens that you're not even expecting, and then your loved one leaves children behind, and it just feels so in the moment, did this really just happen? How are we even supposed to overcome this? But I thank God. I thank God for my journey over the years and just being able to really process this stuff, because I've been through so much. And in those times of the things that I've been through, to be honest with you, I can't say I had people helping me. It was nobody but God. It was nobody but him that I would talk to every day about my troubles, about my fears, about my sadness, how I felt, and, what I didn't understand, the journey he had me on, and, just raising my son alone and going through the trauma of, family and toxicity from relationships. It was just so much. And I've learned a lot. And in those moments, I believe that as we go through things, God prepares us for the things ahead of us. So he's not preparing you only for the good. He's preparing you to be strong in areas that you feel like you clearly could be weak, or, you don't have the answers to. So look back on the times where you had to sit with yourself and you had to really process some things and get through some things. And if you're going through something now, be reminded of how you got through it the last time, and what, was required of you during that time, and what you actually learned during that time, so that you could use it for this season. Even though it looks different, it's still the tools that's inside of you. So be encouraged and understand and know that all things work together for the good of those who love God and are called according to his purpose. You got this. I know it seems hard. It seems difficult. It seems confusing. It seems like how you even supposed to make it, how your family's supposed to get through this, but y'all got this. And God's plan is sufficient. He will never, ever forsake you. God bless you.